Morning. It's Monday, June 21st. I've been around a long time, and over the course of the years, there have been disappointments, and there have been joys, great joys. And I want to tell you that for every disappointment, somebody else is happy about what happened. And I think that's what's going on right now in this world. And it's going on with a group of 9 people. These 9 people come together and make decisions that will affect the lives of most Americans. And I'm talking about the Supreme Court. I'm talking about the fact that the Supreme Court has performed differently than many expected. And it's obvious if you look at the recent decisions that they have made, that this Supreme Court is not as conservative as many in this country had expected them to be. I ranted about the Supreme Court's decision on the Affordable Care Act. And that is just one of the major decisions that have been looked upon as not a conservative decision. Many thought that when Justice Amy Coney Barrett arrived on the court in October, that created a 6-3 conservative juggernaut. But that's not what happened. If we judge by the 39 cases that have been decided so far this term, including the Obamacare case, it's obvious that the right side of the court is badly fractured and that the liberal members are having a pretty good run. I'm happy about that, but the court still has 15 cases to decide, and a couple of those cases are major conservative issues, one of them being gun control and the other being the fate of Roe versus Wade, the abortion case. So at this point, I'm not disappointed. I am very surprised. But then if you look at it, Justice Roberts is a man of character, a man of integrity. And so I believe that he has a lot to do with setting the tone of this court. I don't think he forces people to do his bidding, but I believe he has an influence on their thinking. And perhaps he's opened their eyes to look at some things differently than they have done in the past. Because when you're a justice sitting on the bench by yourself, you can make a lot of decisions. But when you're in a team, you have to listen to the opinions of other people. And that is very important. So the bottom line is that Kavanaugh and Barrett have agreed with the majority like 80% of the time, which of course has upset Sam Alito, who is the arch conservative on the court, who has only voted with the majority 30% of the time, or maybe 32% of the time. He's probably more upset than most because he thought that he would have some more compatriots, right-wing compatriots on the court, but it hasn't turned out that way so far. In fact, with respect to the Affordable Care Act decision, Alito said the court has rescued the Affordable Care Act for no good reason. So you see, that's his disappointment, and I'm happy about that. There was another big case that involved the Catholic charity in Philadelphia. Now, this charity, which runs a foster care program, would not allow any same-sex couples to become foster parents. And Philadelphia wanted to exclude the Catholic charity from its foster care program because of the fact that they wouldn't work with same-sex couples. And the court ruled in favor of the Catholic charity. Said, basically, that Philadelphia had no right to exclude them. In the end, Alito and the other 2 conservative justices, Gorsuch and Thomas, went along with that decision. Then Alito said the town of Philadelphia has other ways to exclude this charity. So while the charity appeared to win the case, they really haven't won the case because there is a loophole which will allow Philadelphia to exclude them. And because of that loophole, Philadelphia can exclude the Catholic charity from its foster care program. So I don't know how I feel about that particular case, because I don't think that same-sex couples should be discriminated against in anything they do. But obviously, the conservatives on the court felt differently. And the fact that 2 conservatives, Kavanaugh and Barrett, went against the other conservatives on the court is really upsetting to Alito and probably upsetting to several other members of the conservative side of the court. The liberals, on the other hand, were not happy with this decision either because they felt it opens up the idea that one could discriminate against anything in the case of the foster care program. Supposing at some point in time the Catholic Charity decided that they didn't want to allow foster parents to be people of color or under 5 feet tall or over 7 feet tall or some crazy reason. This is now open to that kind of discrimination without any real cause. Now, we have a Supreme Court that is behaving in a totally nonpartisan way. It is something that should be looked at by Congress and the Senate. Now, members of the court have different political persuasions and different thought processes with respect to the Constitution. They are able to work together and come up with a reasonable solution to the problems that they are facing. This is not just because I'm a conservative, I will do this. This is because I am a Supreme Court justice and I am willing to listen to my compatriots before I make a decision. That is what we need in this country. Open-minded people who have firm beliefs but are reasonable enough to listen to one another and create solutions that make sense. Solutions that are not driven by some ideology that is outside of the Constitution of the United States. So I leave you with the fact that the Supreme Court is acting much differently than was expected, and I have hopes that it will continue to do so. And remember this, for every disappointment that you see and that you encounter, there is somebody out there that is happy in your disappointment. And that's the way it is. We are not all the same. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the morning. Bye.